Hey everyone, I'm Wes Sego, and this is ASD Term 1301, Week 3 project review. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the week that I had. First off, what went easier than expected. I really thought that setting up CloudEnt was going to be a big pain, but it was really painless. I just followed along with the video and made sure to hit all of the points that Rick touched on in the video, and that part of it just went off without a hitch. I mean, it was really easy. What went not so well? It wasn't that I had a bad week. I really struggled with my document IDs. Not that that was difficult for me, but the decision was difficult for me, whether I should use the default document ID or whether I should create my own discriminators. And I just felt like while I was watching the videos that they really wanted me to create my own type discriminators, and my application, it really just doesn't lend itself well. I mean, it's not in the example application that Rick was working on, it was more of a project that displayed some information, and you could search through that information, but the information wasn't really going to change on a regular basis. And my application is not that way at all. It's a medication tracker, so it's going to depend more on files that are constantly going to add to those. The user's going to add to those and possibly delete those as time goes by, and it just made a lot more sense to just use the regular random document ID. But I just kind of struggled with that decision. But as far as the work this week, it really wasn't bad at all. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I think that I'm at a point now where I'm really excited about where my app is going to go. It Without persistent storage, my app really is pointless. And I shouldn't say pointless. I mean, a person could kind of get by with using web-based storage or browser storage, but the real power of the app is going to come from having persistent storage. And I just thought that this is like really a good point for my app, a good turning point. So, on a similar note, we're into the third week now, starting the fourth week already, and it seems like in every one of these programming classes, you wind up adding this stuff to make sure that you can do it. I mean, those are the assignments are to get this stuff in there, and some of the stuff is features that you may or may not want to include in your app. So, just by this point in the class, it always seems that my app is just a big hot mess, and it's kind of all over the place. And rather than go in and rewrite it, I don't have a lot of time right now in work, so I tend to go ahead and just add the things, make sure that I hit the rubric, and then move forwards. And then, of course, with this one, again, I'm really excited about it, but it's probably going to be next month while I'm in anthropology. I'm just going to completely rewrite the thing exactly the way I want it, and that's it. So I am actually looking forward to that because I'm pretty excited about it. The next thing is tonight I discovered that I do have a problem in my app, and it's something that I played around with for a few minutes trying to fix, and wasn't able to do that when I got to the point where I felt like I needed to just stop and go ahead and make my video. I think that the penalty for turning it in late is way worse than what the problem actually is. But actually, while I'm making this video, I just kind of figured out in my head a good way to go about and solve it. But my issue is I didn't really follow the video, which I kind of seem to do every week. I kind of do my own thing so I can learn something, and I made my list view an unordered list. I didn't actually just create like a blank table per se, or just add paragraph text and display that. I really wanted it to be in a nice looking table, and I really did achieve that. But the problem I have is the way that I set mine up to refresh, or lack of, it's not going to, the first time you display that data, it's going to show it in that table. After that, it's not going to show it in the table anymore. It's just, or it's going to be in the table, but it's not going to be in a list view table. And because of the way I programmed it, it's not going, I can't use the list view refresh the way Rick showed in the video. And for me, that's been kind of a, I don't want to say an ongoing problem. Where that came from is I did my app a little bit differently. I have persistent navigation on every page. It looks exactly the same, so it's very consistent and it's persistent, and I like that. I felt like that was something that was really important to me to keep that. And through that, it's really been a learning process, because every single week for the last 2 classes, it's presented a challenge that that is kind of unique to that situation. There's certain things that I can't do because I want to keep that navigation. I can't make a random display page and then just clear the page, because if I clear the page, I lose that navigation, and I don't want that. So really, the decision to do that has actually benefited me greatly, because each one of those things that I've added, that's created a new problem that I've had to go out and solve, and I've been really fortunate to solve those problems every week. But this week I didn't even realize that I had that problem, but now of course I do know that. So next week I will get that handled. But moving on, I got to wrap this thing up. But as far as the skills that I've used from previous courses, of course it's the same all month. It's JavaScript and jQuery, and just the whole programming logic. And what do I think of Couch? I like Couch. I think that Couch opens up the ability to include a database in anything that you, or any type of web app that you're going to make. There's a free server that you can set up. The API is great. It uses HTTP calls, so it's easy. You can set that up. I think Jen, in one of the videos, or in one of the go-to trainings, she talked about being able to just package that, and I'm excited by that. I mean, that's a really good thing. So, but anyway, that's it. I don't want to ramble too long. I hope everyone had a great week, and I will see you soon. Thanks.